From Disney comes the last film in this X universe to remind us that just like the human body, when a franchise dies, it craps itself. Dark Phoenix. Roll the dice on the latest X-Men joint, an IP that's given us the highest highs, the lowest lows, and the middlest mids, to revisit the Dark Phoenix storyline from X-Men 3. Only this time, we really get to know Jean Grey. No? Not really? Okay, but we're exploring the cosmic potential of the Phoenix Force. No? After the intro, it's all on Earth? Okay, fine. We're finally seeing what a new creative team can do with this material. No? Same guy who wrote X-Men Last Stand, but now he's directing too? You know what they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, and you could probably fool me again, because I like the cartoon and nerds are easy marks. Previously on X-Men. Just kidding, doesn't matter, because no one will explain how or why Magneto is a free man after the last movie, or how the X-Men have a hotline to the president after this happened, or why they keep skipping decades even though it puts these characters in their 50s now. 50s. But whatever, pretend this is the first one you've seen, and thrill as Jean Grey fights an evil space cloud. A monotone space alien.
If we can control that power, we can resurrect our race. Begin again.
And a consistent American accent.
I don't have a home. You made sure of that.
In a story that banks on you caring about a character who's barely on the screen before this. It's almost like focusing on Mystique for the last 3 movies was, now hear me out, a bad choice.
Mutant and proud.
Audience, and over it. See the core X-Men how you've come to expect them by now. Annoyed, bored,
There's always a speech, but nobody cares anymore.
and way too famous to sit for makeup. But they'll step aside to give the new mutants something to do. Rather, these mutants. Like Cyclops, whose random F-bomb in a PG-13 movie is the closest he comes to a personality.
If you touch her, I will f***ing kill you.
Quicksilver, who's once again sidelined before his powers make everyone else pointless. Nightcrawler, who's gone from thriller fan to killer man. And Storm, who's been so conditioned to have nothing to do that she lets it pour rain at a funeral. Now the whole mansion is gonna smell like a wet dog. Gross. Ever wonder what it would look like if you got to make the next X-Men? Probably something like this.
Please.
Because this is the director's first movie, and he's spending $200 million on his student film, showing off exactly how superhero actors look if it's not handled with care and expertise. Morons. They look like absolute morons. Okay, Michael, pretend you're trying to open a jar with your mind. Sophie, you too. Harder. Harder. Push your hands out more. Way more. Don't worry, it'll look cool later. Oh man, I'm in way over my head. So press X to pay respects to the final terrible movie of the current X-Men franchise that you could blame on the writer-director failing upwards, or last-minute reshoots to make it less like Captain Marvel, or the main cast wishing they were dead.
Now we're the only ones left.
Or you could choose to remember all the good times, forget this ever happened, and maybe try reading some X-Men comics instead. Did you know they made books out of all these movies? There's even pictures inside. Starring Lady Bird, Charlie and the Child Soldier Factory. Let's see them aliens. Old Magneto had a farm. X-Men Origins, Frasier. Quoth the Raven, please no more. Taserface, Gotta Go Fast. Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm not here to make friends. And the MCU stealing the X-Men? Oh, I get it. X-Men 4, X3, Take 2, The Last One. Jean did not have this much blood on her when she flew away. Whose blood is this?
Whose blood is it?
Jean, did you kill Cyclops off screen again?